Hey guys, it's Weston here. So today we're going to be reviewing the Sennheiser CX 5.00i. So these earphones are designed for iPod, iPhone and iPad. So kicking off, we'll talk about design. So the earphones are very nice, very clean and very modern looking. So the first thing that you'll really notice is the backplate on the earphones. So these are a faux metal and they are a brushed silver finish. On there you've got two Sennheiser logos which have a sort of chrome effect to them. So these are sort of like imprinted into the plate. So moving around onto the housing, and we've got a plastic construction. So this is black, but in the black there's sort of a sparkle which really catches the light. I first noticed this effect on the Urbanites I reviewed a while back, and they seem to have sort of incorporated that into this as well. So moving forward a little bit more, we've got your off shoe, which is where your driver is located. So this is just finished off in a gloss black. On the inside we've got a left and right indicator just to let you know which side is which. So moving down onto the cable, it's a semi-round cable, so it's not a fully circular one and it's not sort of fully flat neither. It's finished off in a soft touch rubber and it's very nice. Moving down a little bit more, and you've got the included inline remote for, like I said, iOS devices. So on here you've got a volume up and down, a controller in the middle, and then a microphone for calls. Also on there is the Sennheiser logo imprinted into it. Moving down a little bit more, we've got a small divider, so this will help manage the earphones while you're on the go. So this is sort of a cube-like finish, again with a sort of silver accent and again the Sennheiser logo. Moving down a little bit more, we get to the actual divider itself, and this has just simply got the CX branding printed on it. Finally we get down to the gold-plated 3.5mm jack, and this is really simple. It's an L-shaped connector and it's finished off in a gloss black and simply has the Sennheiser logo on it. So now we get to build quality, and they are very impressive. They are an all plastic construction, but that isn't really an issue at all because the plastic is such high quality. The backplate feels nice, and it actually does feel sort of like metal, but it's actually warm to the touch, whereas metal isn't. It does really give a good impression of metal, and it is one of the best faux metals I've ever seen on a pair of earphones. Like I said, the rest of the earphones are a plastic construction, but it is very solid. There's no creaks, and they've got a nice weighty feel to them as well. The only issue I found is the remote controller is a little bit plasticky, and the buttons are a little bit mushy. But other than that, it's very well constructed. The 3.5mm jack feels solid and there's no issues with the connection whatsoever, and I don't see this being an area of concern anytime soon. The same can be said for the connections around the controller and going into the earphones as well. So build quality is very impressive. So now we get onto comfort, and again comfort is very impressive. Normally I'm not a fan of in-ears, but these seem to fit me perfectly. They come with so many included ear tips that you're bound to find one that actually does fit. They do have a irregular offshoe rather than a straight shot type fitment. So this means that they just sit in your ears much nicer than a straight shot pair does. The included ear tips are probably the best silicone tips I've ever encountered. They're really soft and they don't rub in your ears or anything like that. And it just makes the whole experience much better. So now we get onto noise isolation and leak. So we'll start with the isolation, and they performed really well. So for earphones that don't feature noise cancelling, these are brilliant at blocking out external noises. Now obviously they're not going to be as good as proper noise isolating earphones, but they do a very good job sort of isolating you from what's going on around you. Leak again is very impressive, and this is thanks to the seal that you get from the ear tips and the sort of design and how it all fits in your ear. So this means that you can use these on public transport and you're not going to bother anyone. So now we get onto the specifications. So these come in either black like I have or white. They have an impedance of 18 ohms, frequency response of 16 Hz to 22,000 Hz, a sound pressure level of 118 decibels, a THD of less than 0.5%, a 1.2 meter cable, and they weigh in at 16 grams. Also, you do get in the box the earphones, obviously, a set of extra small, medium and large ear tips, and a carrying case as well. And also, finally, you can get these for different devices. So you can get them for Samsung Galaxy devices, LG devices, HTC, Sony, or Apple devices as well. So depending on which ones you use, you are covered. So now we get onto the main event, the sound quality. And I actually really love these. So let's break it down for you. The bass is very clean, it's very deep, it's very refined, it's got bags of detail, and it drops really low as well. I've never noticed it get muddy or wayward or anything like that, and it's just really been on point. The mid-range is surprisingly open. I wasn't expecting that from in-ears because normally they're quite closed in, but these were quite open and airy sounding, which is something I really look for in a pair of earphones. You do also get good separation as well, which is something I wasn't expecting. So good separation means you can actually distinguish instruments from each other, and it makes placing them easier as well. The vocal production, again, is very, very good. It's very natural and clean sounding. Finally, we've got onto highs, and these are, again, very well rounded, very natural sounding. There's no sharp edges or tinniness to them at all, and it's just really smooth and clean. So overall, I mean, the sound is very, very impressive. Probably some of the best sounding earphones I've ever heard. So what's the verdict? Well, these are an impressive set of earphones. Yes, they might be a little bit expensive, but they do offer great sound, great build quality, really lovely aesthetics, great functionality if you use Apple devices, and great levels of comfort as well. Right guys, so that is it for this review. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the very next one.